All right, guys, today, area of triangles and trapezoids. We started doing this right before we left on the shutdown. Triangles you've been doing since fourth grade, probably. Trapezoids was pretty new this school year for sixth grade. So we're going to start with triangle. We should remember that we're going to have our area, and then we are going to take our base. We are going to multiply that by our height, and we're going to divide that base and height by 2. And again, I'll show you how this formula actually works as we're doing it. Start with our simple part here. Let's have 13 feet and 5 feet. Okay. And actually, I'll do this. I'll make this even how I should. I did it by color there. I should do it here. Our base is 13 feet. Our height is 5 feet. So we're going to take our base and our height. We're going to multiply those numbers together. So let's do our 13. We're going to multiply that by our height, which is 5. There's 3 times 5 is 15. Carry that 1, and then you get 6. So we have 65. Now we have to divide by 2. So let's take our 65. We are going to divide it by 2. That goes in 3 times. There's nothing left. 2 goes into 5. 2 times, there's 1 left. 1 remainder with a 2 gets us a half. So we're going to have an area for this triangle of 32.5 feet squared. Okay. Again, to show you why this actually works, if we take the area of a square or rectangle, we just do base times height. We are cutting in half because we're only using half of that entire rectangle. That part's gone. So we took away half of it. There's how you get to your answer. All right, let's move on to trapezoids. Okay, for this one, area is going to equal, we are going to have base 1 plus base 2. Sometimes you might see it as like A and B. It doesn't matter, okay? You get in there what you can get out of it. For there can be any variables. The one you don't want to use is h, because we're going to multiply, when we add those together, we're going to multiply that by our height. We're going to take all of that and we are going to divide by 2. Okay. As a reminder, trapezoids have one set of parallel sides. So you have 2 lines that are going to be parallel with each other. The other 2 are going to intersect at some point. So it can look a couple different ways. And we'll start with the basic way so I can show you how this formula works. All right, so let's get our bases. Let's go 8 inches, 5 inches, and I didn't say it with the triangles. That height, remember, has to be straight up and down. Okay, it's got to be vertical, as we talked about in class. If you're going to the doctor, you are not going to get your height measured by standing off to the side. Okay, you're not going to be leaning one way or another. So for our height, we're looking for one of these that is straight up and down. Because we actually have that vertical line, we're going to go with that, and we'll just say this one is 4 inches. So we have our bases of 5 inches, 8 inches, and a height of 4 inches. We're going to take our bases, we're going to add them together. So we're going to have 5 plus 8 is going to equal 13. Okay, we added our bases. Now we have to multiply by our height, so we're going to multiply by 4. 4 times 3 is 12, carry your 1. There's 4 plus 1 is 52. Now we need to divide that 52 in half. So we're going to do our 52 divided by 2. 2 goes into 5 2 times. You got 1 left because 2 times 2 is 4. 5 minus 4 is 1. 2 goes into 12 6 times. So your area is 26 inches squared. Now for how it works. Just like we did before for cutting it in half, that part's missing. And the reason this works is because if we flip this and make our full entire shape of our rectangle, that 8 inches is here and that 5 inches is here. 8 plus 5 is 13. There's your base. Okay, so there's our 13 base times height right here. 13 times 4, that would be the area of your rectangle. But again, we are only using half of that rectangle. We have to divide by 2. Okay, all right, review problems. As we're out, I'm going to get the problem written out. I'm going to tell you when to pause, and then you can work on the problem and get it finished. So first one, and this is why we'll need this. So obviously you're going to find triangle. Let's say this one is 9 meters. So let's come on, color. There we go. Let's see, that one is 13 meters, and might see something like that. Say, this looks like 6 meters. Okay, so pause the video, see what you get for an answer. Okay, let's see if you got the correct answer. Area of a triangle, base times height. So our base is 9. Our height, straight up and down, there is your 6. 9 times 6 is 54. Now, hopefully you remembered to divide by 2. 54 divided by 2. 2 goes into 5 2 times, so you got 1 left. 2 goes into 14 7 times, so you have 27 meters squared. Hope you got the correct answer on that one. If not, I'm going to guess you forgot to divide by 2. That'd probably be the only thing that you forgot. Okay, let's do area. Do another one as practice here. So I'm going to try and switch this up on you. See if I can trick you a little bit. So I'm going to just write all these in the same color now. So let's do, we haven't done 11 centimeters. Let's do this one at 8 centimeters, 7 centimeters, and then let's do a different color on this one just so you can tell. Let's say 5 centimeters. Okay, go ahead, pause it, and see if you can solve for the area of this trapezoid, since it is not obviously a triangle. All right, let's see how you did. Okay, for area of a trapezoid, we need to add our bases. Hopefully you figured out which ones are the bases. They're the parallel lines. So we're going to add 11 and 7. That gets us 18. We are going to multiply that by our height. So now this one's looking a little different, and I did that on purpose. Here's your height. Okay, I know it's going across, but it's your height. If we rotate it, we have it there. So we're going to have 18 times 5. We added our bases. Now we're multiplied by our height. Let's see, 8 times 5 is 40. We're going to bring up that 4. We got 5 plus 4 is 9. Now, did you do the next step from there? We have to cut this in half because it's a trapezoid. And so we're going to divide by 2. We're going to have 2 goes into 9 4 times. 9 minus 8 is 1. We move that over. 2 goes into 10 5 times. So you're going to have a big 45 centimeters squared for your answer on that trapezoid. Okay, because again, if we break this, just to show you again, We used 7 of that 11. So if we did this, we'd fill in that part. Okay. And so if you have that entire thing, you're gonna have 18. So we have to basically add half of this on each side, or you could just because you need that. But we'd fill that in to get our entire length of 18 and 18, and that's how you solve. But you get to 45 centimeters squared. So there's your area of triangles and trapezoids. Hope that is a nice review. Again, your assignment will be posted. If you have any questions, please contact me.